You know, Idaho's May primary coming up in less than a month, and for the last 12 years, that election has been fractured into party-affiliated primaries. You have to be registered Republican to pick Republicans for the general election. But could this primary be the last one in Idaho to be closed? A citizen ballot initiative is hoping to open them back up like they were prior to 2012, and even just kind of adjust them a bit. Well, it looks like that choice will be left to Idaho voters. Joe, I want to know, though, and some people also want to know, does this have anything to do, will it have an impact on what's happening on May 21st, the primary coming up?
No. So to be very clear, everything we're talking about has nothing to do with the election coming up in less than a month. The campaign, though, is trying to qualify for the November general election this year, end of this year. So the campaign is trying to change how voting works in Idaho. And the initiative proposes a nonpartisan primary election where the top 4 vote getters, regardless of their party, would advance to the general election in November. And the general election would then have instant runoff voting, like you're watching here. It's often called ranked choice. And voters would choose their top candidate and then rank the remaining candidates in order of their preference. And if no candidate wins with more than 50% of the vote after the first choice rankings are counted, then the last place candidate would be eliminated, as you say, and then each vote would go to the candidate for the voter's second choice. So that process would repeat until one candidate gets at least 50% of the vote and is declared the winner. Again, this is commonly referred to as ranked choice voting. So to qualify for the November ballot as a ballot question, the coalition, Idahoans for Open Primaries, they must collect signatures from 6% of all Idaho voters who were registered to vote in the last general election, total of about 63,000 signatures. And that also must include 6% of registered voters in 18 out of the 35 legislative districts statewide. All the signatures, everything has to be collected by May 1st. That's coming up this week on Wednesday. Reclaim Idaho founder and one of the powers behind the push, Luke Mayville, he gave us the latest. With the time counting down, will they qualify for the ballot?
We are set for the Open Primaries initiative to be on the ballot in November 2024. We have collected over 90,000 signatures, which gives us more than enough to feel very confident that we have the 63,000 that are required.
So you may be wondering, if they have 90,000, what is the 63,000 number they're concerned about? With that 90,000, it is assumed that some of the signatures, for whatever reasons, will be thrown out. So if you want to collect 63,000, the idea, collect way more than that in case some signatures are thrown out. So the coalition, though, they will turn in their collected signatures into the county clerks and then later on the Secretary of State to have the signatures verified. So county this week, and then the Secretary of State would be in July. If the initiative does make it to the November election ballot, Brian, it would be a simple majority vote to get it passed. It would be a very big change for how Idaho does elections, but not unheard of. Ranked choice voting, or open primaries as it's called here, it has been picking up steam across the country.
I was just kind of looking up to see how it compares to the last time there was a voter initiative, the Medicaid expansion. Like, that one passed by a lot, but curious how this compares when it comes to number of signatures prior to this step. So
yeah. A lot more people in Idaho too now, so it'll be interesting.
All right, thanks, Joe.